Mr. President, may I take the floor?
Yes, our distinguished colleague from
I
Cavite.
just want to let you, to inform the body, hindi po tayo nagpapaawa dito, no? This is just a mere parang consideration. Ako, I don't mind for humanitarian reason. I mean, ako, I don't mind. Ako so far, in the past 2 Congress, perfect attendance ang inyong lingkod. Never been late, never been absent. Sino ba namang gustong umabsent dito? That's why I want to be online. During our last session, I attended. I tried. Pero, namaga yung paa eh.
Ano ni majority?
So it's okay, Mr. President. Kahit na mabulok yung paa dito, no problem. Para sa bayan.
You know, under Senator Soto, hindi ganun.
Wag na pare. Pastusan na tayo dito eh. Nirerespeto kita.
Don't do that to yourself. Are you in coma? You're not in a coma.
At the risk of...
You know, under Senator Soto, hindi ganun.
Wag na pare. Pastusan na tayo dito eh. Nirerespeto kita.
I've been looking diagonally to my left for the last several days. A colleague of ours, coming from our great province of Cavite, Mr. President. May I know the exact rule, Mr. President, concerning a colleague, concerning a member of this chamber with medical devices, apparatus, and apparently under rehabilitation, Mr. President? Is he really required to be physically present during hearings? I'm referring, Mr. President, to the Honorable Senator Ramon Bong Revilla. Lagi ko po nakikita rito na may dala, kulang na lang po, wheelchair, Mr. President.
Well, with due respect to our distinguished colleague, the rules is very explicit. We only amended the rules for online sessions for COVID infected individuals or those that have contagious diseases, COVID, TB, Ebola, pagkaganyan, pwede yan online or is bedridden. Were lax. But the rules is very specific. It is only for contagious diseases. But due to humanitarian reasons, because he had his operation last week that he could not stand up, we allowed it. However, he attended a political party rally in Manila Polo Club, was seen by everybody standing beside our president, and therefore he seems fit to be able to join us. And he joined us last Wednesday. To be very fair about it, he did join us last Wednesday. So I leave it now to the majority leader to make the proposition.
Yeah, Mr. President, just to put on record, if
Mr. President, may I take the floor?
Yes, our distinguished colleague from
I
Cavite.
just want to let you, to inform the body, hindi po tayo nagpapaawa dito, no? This is just a mere parang consideration. Ako, I don't mind for humanitarian reason. I mean, ako, I don't mind. Ako so far, in the past 2 Congress, perfect attendance ang inyong lingkod. Never been late, never been absent. Sino ba namang gustong umabsent dito? That's why I want to be online. During our last session, I attended. I tried. Pero, namaga yung paa eh.
Ano ni majority?
So it's okay, Mr. President. Kahit na mabulok yung paa dito, no problem. Para sa bayan.
Yeah, just a reminder, Your Honor, no? I've had a perfect attendance since 1998. I have not been absent from session since 1998. For the record, I must have the longest record of appearance in the legislature. When times I'm sick, times I don't feel good, times I'm also bugbog sa trabaho, but I try to make it a point to be here to show our commitment. But the rules is very clear, and I leave it back to our chairman of the Committee on Rules to make the motion or the manifestation so that we are clear with the rules. You know,
Pare,
under
huwag na,
Senator
pare.
Soto, hindi
Wag ka
ganun.
pare. Bastusan na tayo dito eh. Nirerespeto kita.
Don't do that to yourself. Are you in coma? You're not in a coma.
At the risk of...
naman yan.
Is that the, you know,
Pare,
under
huwag na,
Senator
pare.
Soto, hindi
Wag ka
ganun.
pare. Bastusan na tayo dito eh. Nirerespeto kita.
Pinipigilan na siya ng ibang mga senator eh. Kasi nagsasalita doon yung Senate Chief Subiri. Ayaw niyang payagan. Alam mo, yung mga ibang senador ang nagtatanggol kay Bong Revilla. Sinasabi, sandali, intindihin naman natin ito. Kasi ang dahilan daw ni Subiri, naka-attend ka ng isang event, bakit di ka maka-attend dito sa Senate? Sinasabi nga ho nila, dahil doon sa event na inatinan niya na magayong paa niya. Okay? So, pumunta pa rin si Bong Revilla. Nagpunta pa rin siya. Okay? Tapos, nung pagpunta niya, sinabi niya na kung pwede yung susunod para gumaling. Kasi habang iginagalaw mo yan, namamagayan, ibig sabihin, lalong tatagal yung healing process niya. Lalong tatagal yung paggaling. Kaya nga, kesa na itulog mo ng isang, halimbawa, pag may sakit ka, itutulog mo ng isang malupitang tulog para gumaling ka na. Kesa dun sa hindi ka natutulog, tuloy-tuloy mo pa rin yung trabaho mo. Lalong hindi gagaling. So nagpunta na nga siya dyan para ipakita na willing naman ako pumunta, pero yung mga kapwa senador niya ay nagsasabi na wag na natin munang paatinin ito dito, pwede naman siyang i-zoom. Ngayon, parang napikon ata ito si Subiri na parang nagdi-disagree sa kanya yung ibang mga senador. Parang kinakambihan si Bong Revilla. Ngayon, hindi pa nakatiis si Subiri, nilapitan niya pa. Bastos din talaga eh. Hindi, sabi nga hanggang hindi ka daw nakokoma, gago ka pala. Antay mo pa talaga makoma bago hindi umating yung tao. Pag nakoma na yan, hindi na talaga makakaating yan forever. So yun lang ba ang dahilan nun? Kailangan makoma pa yung tao para hindi siya makaating? Pag nakoma yan, wala na yan. Dapat nang palitan yan. Hindi na yan capable na maging senador kung nakoma yan. Diba? Anong tawag nyo dyan? Ito si Subiri, talaga nga namang medyo no? Hindi ko alam kung napipikon siya dahil ayaw sumunod nung pinagtanggol nung mga ibang senador si Bong Revilla. Pinagtanggol kasi. Pag makikita nyo yung buong video, pinagtanggol yung ibang senador ito si Bong Revilla eh. Sinasabi nila na, sandali, bigyan naman natin ng ano yung tao. Hindi naman biro yan eh, major operation yan. Panoorin nyo pa ito ha, paulit-ulitin natin. Are you in coma? You're not in a coma.
At the risk of...
You know, under Senator Soto, hindi ganun pare. Bastusan na tayo dito eh. Nirerespeto kita. Alam mo, muntik-muntigan na siya dito. Kapapanood ko pa naman yung mga action film ni Bong Revilla. Pag sumapak yung gumaganon-ganon yun. Talagang nilapitan niya pa. May coma ka ba? Hindi, alam mo yun, minsan talaga, English lang to, kaya mukhang sosyal. Pero pag tinagalog mo, may coma ka ba? Doon ka lang mag-absent pag may coma ka. Pag na-coma ka, doon ka lang mag-absent. Pag wala, wag muna. Ganon kabastos yun. Instead na, alam mo yun, I understand. Kasi meron na nga, ikaw kaya, sabihan ka ng ganun, di ba? May sakit ka na nga. Nagpapaalam ka kung sakali, pwede bang i-zoom na lang. Dito nga sinabi niya, hindi, okay lang, kahit hindi na. Kaya lang, pinaglaban si Bong Revilla ng ibang mga senador eh. Sasabihin mo doon sa tao may sakit. Bakit? Nakoma ka na ba? Pag nakoma ka na, tsaka ka na wag pumunta dito ha. Pag hindi pa, diretso, kasi alam mo kung bakit. Balita ko kasi, nung January pa lang, meron nang nangangamoy na kudita. Pero hindi si Chis Escudero, si Jinggoy. Si Jinggoy, siyempre kaibigan ni Bong Revilla. So may girian na between Jinggoy and Subiri na nakatago lang, hindi masyado napapansin. At syempre, lahat ng kaibigan ni Jinggoy, niyayari nito ni Subiri. Tayo wala tayong kinakampihan dito Wala tayong kinakampihan dito. Ang atin lang dito, medyo to si Subiri, bait-baitan pagkaharap ng media. Di ba parang ang bait-bait niya na parang alam mo yung si Edu Manzanong style? Mabait si Edu Manzano Ibig sabihin, bakit si Edu Manzano? Mabait si Edu Manzano sa personal Di ba sa pelikula, parang mabait siya tapos siya pala yung magiging kontrabida? Kasi yung itsura niya parang mabait pero nagiging kontrabida. Parang gano'n si Subiri. Di ba? Si Subiri pala, parang ganyan. Nung ang bait-bait, di ba sinasabi niya pa nga lagi sa media na kilala niyo ako. Ako ang pinaka friendly sa inyo. Ako yung pinaka maano sa inyo. Yun lang pala dun sa Di ba? Hindi naman pala pambira. Sabi nito, kahit saan paikot-ikutin, mali si Subiri. Oo, mali talaga. O sabi nito, wag na si Edu Manzano, si Paulo Contis na lang. Ang sample. Hindi. Pasensya na, hindi ko kasi kapanahunan si Paulo Contis Kapanahunan ko yung mga panahon nila Eddie Garcia, sila Edu Manzano. Si Edu Manzano magaling yan pagka naging bida, parang ang bait, di ba? Pero pag naging kontrabida yan, may pelikula si Edu Manzano at saka si Bong Revilla. Parang na kung saan si Edu Manzano kontrabida, tapos si Bong Revilla yung bida. Grabe, no? Ano rin ba natin? Are you in coma? Alam mo, buti nga dito sinabi na ni Bong Revilla tama na, nakakabastos ka na. Instead na sinagot niya na hintay mo pa ako makoma bago abay putang ina. Ganun na pala dito, kailangan mo nang makoma ako. Ano to? Buti nga hindi humirit yan asa na yung yung 12 billion. Balita pa nga namin 15 billion Yung 12 billion napunta sa Comelec. Buti hindi siya umirit ng ganun, Buti na lang. Undersetter Soto, hindi ganun pare. Bastusan na tayo dito Hindi na respeto ko. Are you in coma? Nakikita niyo yung ibang mga senador, nasyak sila kay Subiri kasi bastos Jay Guevara, galit na galit ka na naman kay Maharlika, yari ka na naman, sasabihin na naman nila, diniktahan kita. Ba't ka ba galit kay Maharlika? Mamaya meron na kayo paparinig sa'yo Pero paparinig ko rin dito. Mamaya na yan. Kailan ba ito nangyari kay Subiri? Siya pa ang Senate President nito I think 2 days before mangyari yung kudita. Pero hindi talaga ito ang dahilan. Hindi ito ang dahilan. Kaya lang lumabas ito ngayon. Nag-trending tong video na to. Kasi nga po, yung iba yung pinapakitang mukhang mabait. Si Subiri sa publiko, pero hindi ba may paiyak-iyak pa, bayani pa siya. Hindi naman pala ganun ang tunay niyang kulay pag nasa Senado. From Edu Manzano, nagiging Paulo Contis daw. O sabi nito, Banat, mayayakap ka rin ba sa misis ni Subiri given the chance? No! Sa misis ni Cheese, pwede pa. Huwag ganun, di na siya ang Senate President Ang yayakapin ko na lang yung asawa ng Senate President, kayo naman. Ngayon ako, alam mo, Subiri, meron tawag dyan, sabi nitong isang, ano natin, karma is real, sabi. Hindi, kayo ho ba? Sa tingin nyo, ito isa sa mga nag-trigger sa mga senador? Ha? Posible kaya na napuno na yung ibang mga senador at sinabing tama na yung pagpa-power trip mo, Subiri, tama na, panahon na para palitan ka na. Oh, ito naman isa, sabi niya, Byron Chrysler. Ayoko yan, kapangalan ko yan ni Byron Chrysler. Sabi ni Alexa G, posible. Oh, anong posible? Posible na nakita nila yung kabastusan at pagiging rough ni Subiri, kaya yun. Ako. Malamang yan ang nag-trigger, boss. O yun, sabi ng iba, malamang yan daw nag-trigger. Doble kara pala si Subiri. Oo nga eh. Sabi nila, pag angel ang muka, devil ang ugali. Uy, wag ganon. So, yung mukha ko, mukhang devil pero angel pala. Oh, isa na yan sa dahilan. Ayun, pwede, possible, pwede. Oh, bakit di in-ethics ni Binay? Ay, wala, malabo yung kaibigan niya si Binay. Very disrespectful naman ang ginawa ni Subiri. Naku. Hindi medyo may pagkabastos nga ito. Kasi pwede naman kayong mag-ano eh. Hindi gawain to ng mga senador. Dapat alam mo, itong si Subiri, gawing ano na lang to, tambay eh. Mas maganda pa siguro maging tambay na lang ito eh. Diba? O kaya maging teacher o principal. Isipin mo kunwari naging principal ito si Subiri, sabi niya. Estudyante, koma ka na ba? Kung hindi ka pa koma, pumasok ka. Buti na lang talaga hindi ito naging principal ko nun, tsaka teacher ko. Antakin mo, aantayin pa makoma ka. Alam niyo ba ibig sabihin ng koma? Komatos. Komatos ka! Bago ka hindi pwedeng pumasok. Komatos di na bumabalik yun sa dati. Sa pelikula meron. Pag niyakap ng mga mahar nila sa buhay yun. Diba? Pero yung pambihirang buhay ito, wala na, talagang tulala ka na, ganyan ka na lang. Pwede ka nang hindi umaten. Gago, hindi ka na dapat maging senador nun. Diba? Buti na lang talaga hindi ito naging guro natin,
Thank you. Mr. President, may I reiterate what you mentioned about our rules? It's very clear on Rule 14, Senate Session, Section 41. Letter B, Mr. President, convene and hold session through teleconference, video conference, and other reliable forms of remote or electronic means using appropriate information and communications technology systems due to force majeure or the occurrence of a national emergency as determined by the majority of all the members of the Senate, which may prevent the convening of the Senate or the physical presence of its members in the session hall. If you recall, Mr. President, I think last week, Mr. President, there was no objection coming from our colleagues of the Senate when we made that motion, Mr. President, to somehow suspend the rules for our dear colleague who just had a terrible accident, Mr. President. And again, we would like to put on record that we commiserate with our distinguished colleague. And in Section 120 of our rules, Mr. President, it says here, and I quote, "The unanimous consent of any action or proceeding may be given expressly or impliedly." And that's the main reason, Mr. President, that we allowed our colleague to be present via online without touching, Mr. President, regular rules, Mr. President, because no one actually objected to it. But again, Mr. President, this is a case-to-case basis. If anyone would move, Mr. President.
Yes, I move, Mr. President, Majority Leader. With all due respect and in recognition still of our rules, I believe there is a definition for bedridden. Given the inability of our colleague to move, I think he should be considered bedridden even under our rules.
You know the reason why I'm bringing this up? Because last week, another colleague of ours was going to do a checkup and ask for Zoom call as well. When will this stop, Your Honors? When will this stop? What is the leeway that we're going to give our colleagues?
Mr. President, we abide by the rules, and
Yes.
it actually says very clearly that bedridden is a category that applies.
No, it's not in our rules, madam. There's
But
no measure in the rules on bedridden. It's the chairperson just read what is on the rules earlier. If you may repeat it, Your Honor, Majority
Some-
Leader.
But I
President-
understand from the Majority Leader that we could reconsider.
Mr.
We could
President, may I ask for a
reconsider
minute
even
suspension,
if
Mr. President?
no
Session
one
suspended.
actually objected.
Is seeking the floor and actually has the floor. I move that she be recognized, Mr. President.
Our distinguished colleague from Ilocos Norte is recognized.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. President. And upon consultation, let me withdraw the motion and just enjoining your greatest humanitarian concern, refer therefore this issue to the Committee on Rules for further study and immediate action.
Yes, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President, and we'd like to thank our distinguished colleague, Senator Amy Marcos, for trusting her committee.
Thank you very much, Madam President. My President, Mr. President, my esteemed colleagues, I rise on a matter of collective and personal privilege. I've always said that I serve at the pleasure of my colleagues, and I thank them for entrusting me with the monumental responsibility of leading the Senate over the past 2 years. It has been my greatest honor of my life as a public servant and the greatest challenge. Never could I have imagined as a neophyte senator learning the ropes from some of the best luminaries of the Senate in Senate history, such as Ed Angara, Joker Arroyo, Miriam Defensor Santiago, Juan Ponce Enrile, Frank Drilon, and many others, that I would one day bear the blessing and burden of the Senate presidency itself. I have given this job my all. Not only have I maintained my untarnished record as a public servant and my streak of perfect attendance since 1998, but I have also done my best to rise to the occasion as a leader responsible for this entire institution and everyone under its care. Today, I look back on these 2 years with immense pride on what the Senate has accomplished and stood for under my leadership. In these 2 years, we have legislated with an eye towards progress and a heart for service. We have spearheaded landmark measures as the Public-Private Partnership Code, the Maharlika Investment Fund, the Internet Transactions Act, the Real Property Valuation Assessment Reform Act, the LGU Income Classification Act, and the Anti-Financial Scamming Act, and many, many other measures that bring a more dynamic economic landscape and create more jobs and opportunities for our people. On the table, we have more economic measures that we expect to pass soon, primarily the Create More and the new Government Procurement Act. Our first year was led by our mission of national reconstruction. We had to look inwards to assess what we lost during the pandemic and build solutions from there. But in our second year, we could afford to stretch our necks out a bit more, and we could look outward and explore opportunities for bilateral and multilateral cooperation. We could afford to reach out to establish stronger presence on the global stage. In a historic move, we've never had this man or that level of leadership from Japan. We called the joint session to hear an address from Japanese Prime Minister Kishida Fumio. It was us, our dear colleagues, who invited him to address the joint session of Congress in our trip to Japan. And we had the honor of listening to a message from the former Senate UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon in this very hall at the invitation of this Senate. In each of all these exchanges, we were able to advocate for better conditions and opportunities for Filipino workers abroad. And we're able to explore possibilities in defense cooperation, trade agreements, academic and cultural exchanges, agricultural partnerships towards a more globally involved Philippines. Last year, the Senate successfully hosted the 31st annual meeting of the ASEAN Pacific Parliamentary Forum, a move that allowed us to strengthen our bilateral and multilateral relationships and tell the world that we are here, ready to partner in progress alongside the rest of the democratic world. We work to secure peace in the region so we can protect our fisherfolk and their livelihood here on our waters. We reached out to draw investors in so we can create more jobs for our people. Sa huli, iuuwi natin lahat ng ating ginagawa para sa bayan at para sa taong bayan. While we work on hitting the goal of becoming an upper middle class income economy in the next few years, we also know that ultimately, development is not just about GDP growth. Walang tunay na kaunlaran hanggat may Pilipinong namamatay sa gutom o sa kawalan ng serbisyong medikal. Walang tunay na kaunlaran hanggat may mga kabataan tumitigil sa pag-aaral para magtrabaho para sa kanilang mga pamilya. Walang tunay na kaunlaran hanggat hindi matatanggap o natatanggap ng manggagawang Pilipino ang disenteng sahod. Senate President or not, I will continue to push for the welfare of our laborers until they receive decent wages that they deserve. The Senate has also been a committed partner to the armed forces of the Philippines and Coast Guard in defending the nation. No Senate has been more outspoken in opposing foreign aggression than the one that sits today. And lest we be accused of being all talk, let me assure you that this Senate has been working hand in hand with the armed forces and the Coast Guard in making necessary budget allocations for the procurement of maritime assets, arms, and defense systems. Lagi ko nga pong sinasabi, hindi nagkukulang sa puso at tapang ating mga sundalo at miyembro ng Coast Guard. Kailangan lang tapatan natin ang tamang mga kagamitan at mga sasakyan pagpandagat at panghimpapawid para tulungan silang ipaglaban ng ating bansa. Of course, none of these measures and budgetary allocations would have reached the President's table without the vital work of our Senate employees. I want to thank from the bottom of my heart the members of the Office of the Secretary, Secretary Ray Bantug, Legislative, Administrative and Finance Services, of course, Attorney Mavic, External Affairs and Relations, the Office of the Sergeant at Arms, my dear friend, my loyal friend and good friend, General Angkan, who ensure the security of the Senate, and of course, the staff of the senators who are all crucial to every step of lawmaking, to the whole Secretariat. Mabuhay po kayong lahat. I love you guys, you know that. So as Senate President, I'm proud to have led institutional reforms for the benefit of our Senate employees. Mahal na mahal ko kayong lahat, mga empleyado ng Senado. For one, we have made sure to repay our employees' dedication with increased benefits, especially our long-serving employees who have devoted their life's work to the Senate. Marahil ay alam naman po ninyo kung ano-ano po ang mga monetary at non-monetary benefits na naibahagi sa inyo mula sa aking pamumuno. Mabuhay po kayong lahat. And I think we've been the most generous, and I'm proud of it. We have also gone full speed ahead on regularizing our casual and contractual employees. So many of our employees, particularly the hardworking folks in the Office of the Sergeant at Arms sa OSA, are just one step away from being regularized. Tinutulungan po natin sila pumasa ng civil service exam para matulungan po natin sila sa prosesong ito. By taking care of our own, the Senate has been able to perform better, supported as we are by the great work of our Senate employees. I salute each and every one of you for the job that you do. We are nothing without you. Maraming salamat po sa pagkakataon na masuklian ang trabaho ninyo para sa Senado. You have helped shape the legacy of the Senate in its first 2 years under the 19th Congress. Now, I do not want to make any grand proclamations about the legacy of the Senate in these 2 years. Our legacy is not for us to define. Ultimately, that will be for the Filipino people to decide. All we can do is put work in and hope that our record speaks for itself. And the record, I'm happy to say, has been met with approval. Under our leadership, the Senate has seen some of the best approval and satisfaction ratings in recent history, going back to 1988. Napakalaking karangalan po ito at nabigyan po kami ng lakas ng loob na lalo pang pagbutihin ang serbisyo natin dito sa Senado. As Senate President, I look back on these 2 years with immense pride over what the Senate has accomplished and stood for under my leadership. We have been bold and courageous as a Senate, unafraid to call out injustice where we see it, whether in our sovereign seas or within our own government. We have been fair-minded and truth-driven in the Senate, despite the political noise that often surrounds us. We have been a compassionate Senate, listening to and acting on our people's call for decent jobs, equitable wages, and accessible health care. And we have been a staunchly independent Senate. Let me say that again. We have been a staunchly independent Senate, holding strong against all threats against our institution and against very threats to the very foundation of the democracy in which our nation is built. Indeed, these 2 years, I have come to realize that being Senate President is not only about leading the troops, but also putting oneself on the line. If that's what it takes to protect our institution. And so I have put myself on the line to shield the Senate from all attacks, particularly from efforts to diminish the powers of this institution as the country's last bastion of democracy. In January, we fought against the dreaded People's Initiative, which would have destroyed this very institution I'm standing here right now. God knows what I had to do to defend the Senate. Throughout all this, I could count on each and every one of our colleagues, both from the majority and the minority, whose wisdom and cooperation helps shape the identity of the Senate for this post-pandemic age. But I want to thank my leadership team and those who stayed beside me till the very end. Ma'am Lauren, my Senate President Pro Tem, thank you very much for your loyalty and wisdom. I know many times temptations have been called to you, but you've been steadfast. Maraming salamat, ma'am. True test of character. Maraming salamat. To my dear Majority Floor Leader, pare, thank you for your hard work and dedication. Isa ka sa pinakamasipag nating Majority Floor Leader. Pare, thank you for your friendship till the very end. I love you. You know that. Mahal kita. I will always cherish your support. To Sunny, possibly the best finance chair this institution has ever had, I thank you, sir. I thank you. You know, your father was like a father to me. And I'm happy to call you my brother, sir. Senator JV, what can I say? Your loyalty, your friendship and hard work, which you helped steer many important measures in this institution. Sir, I'm proud to call you my friend. Nancy, who's been loyal from day one as a friend, never waving. Thank you, my dear. I love you dearly and your family. Sherwin, my kumpadre. Pare, maraming salamat, pare. You are a good friend and kumpadre. I'm proud that you're the ninong of my son. To Bato de la Rosa, who stuck it out to me till the very end. Sir, I salute you, sir. To the others, my dear friends, my heart is broken. I am proud to have led a Senate that's been resolute in protecting our institution, our democracy, and our people. Being an independent leader, I gave way for each member of the Senate also to be independent and to come to decisions through collaboration rather than direction. I have never dictated my position on any of you. You know that. I've always supported your independence, which is probably why I face my demise today. I failed to follow instructions from the powers that be. Simple as that. I've listened to all my colleagues throughout my Senate presidency, and again, I listen to them today. As we head into a new period for the Senate, I fought the good fight. If I've ruffled some feathers in doing so, then so be it. Hindi ko tinanggap ang pagiging Pangulo ng Senado para lang hayaan na bumagsak ito. Today, I offer my resignation as Senate President of the Republic of the Philippines. And upon stepping down, I vow to serve as an independent member of the Senate. My allegiance as ever belonging only to the Filipino people. I leave with my head held high, knowing that I did what is right for the Senate and for the nation. I wish our new leadership the very best, and I pray that they will be steadfast in upholding the independence of this beloved institution. I will remain vigilant to make sure that the traditions and the rules of the Senate will remain steadfast. Once again, maraming salamat po. Mabuhay ang Senado, mabuhay ang Republika ng Pilipinas.
Thank you very much, Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri, for your heartfelt speech. We are grateful for your service to the institution. Thank you for your service to the nation. Thank you for a job well done, Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri. Session is suspended.
Hanggang dito lang tayo mga tol. Maraming salamat sa panonood at patuloy na suporta. God bless you sa inyo lahat at hanggang sa muli. Paalam.